welcome to London, where there is a story on every corner as we take a look at the River Thames, which flows through the heart of this iconic city, a place built on moments that last forever in the history books. And today, another chapter is being written, because this is 100 years in the making. This is table tennis at its absolute limit. This is the ITTF World Team Championships, as we take you inside the stunning OVO Arena Wembley, the battleground for today's action, where the lights are bright and the table tennis has been red hot. It played host to a mesmerizing day one, which had some seismic shock results. But let's talk about the right here, right now. Day two, table one. Wow, have we got a fascinating matchup up first for you. Team China, who will be hurting from a shock first team loss in 26 years yesterday, come up against table tennis royalty Team Sweden. And then Korea face off against England. Headline news from Team China, you'll see it. Lionheart, the world number one, the big dog, reinstated back into the lineup. He comes up against the extremely sharp Anton Schellberg. Lin Shidong will be up in the second match against a relatively unknown quantity at this level. Elias Ranafor. Could Ranafor do the impossible and pull off a shot result? Up third then, Lian Jin-kun will come up against the world number two, Truls Morregard. And then there'll be two more matches if we need them.
Inside the OVO Arena Wembley, where history meets the future, we don't just celebrate a sport, we celebrate movement, we celebrate culture, we celebrate connection. Because every rally tells a story, every point writes history, every player carries a nation and a dream. London, you lit the spark, the world carried the flame, and now, 100 years later, we return, not to look back, but to rise forward, faster, stronger, together. This is more than a championship. This is a century in motion. Let the games begin.
Wembley, who's ready? Let's get going in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. OVO Arena Wembley. This is the ITTF World Team Table Tennis Championships 2026. Let's welcome the teams. On table 4, we have Team China. And their opponents, Korea Republic. On table 3, we have France. And they're facing Team England. On table 2, we have Japan. And they're playing Germany. On table 1 today, we have Team China. And their opponents are Sweden!
As we see Team Sweden enter into the OVO Arena here in Wembley, I'm delighted to welcome to the broadcast three-time Irish national champion, a man who knows what it's like to play at the World Champs, Gavin Maguire. Gav, what a matchup we have here first on Table 1.
Well, Joe, what a match indeed. I know we're both excited and the fans are excited in the crowd too. There's nothing more dangerous than a wounded animal, and Team China is going to be hurting after what happened yesterday. Team Sweden, bang in form, and probably now more than ever, they'll be looking and believing that they can get that top spot in the group and chase that #1 seed going into the knockout rounds.
Absolutely. Team Sweden led off by the world #2, Truls Moregard. But interestingly, Gav, in terms of placements, they've actually put him at place #3, and we'll talk about why we think that is a little bit later. World #1, though, Lionheart back into the Team China team. What do you think will be going through his head as he steps out here?
I think no surprise with the Team China selection. We were always going to see Wang Chuqin back in today and leading the line from the start. They need their #1 at this moment. It's a big moment for the country, not only in table tennis, worldwide. So he's the man to step up to the plate now and get them back on winning terms.
That is it. Lionheart up first, and it's Anton Sjöberg who has to step into the lion's den and attempt to tame the beast here in London. And it's interestingly that 3-1 head-to-head record. Anton Sjöberg has done it before. Could he do it again? And our umpire in the chair, Didier Tournier, about to carry out the Tata coin toss to determine which player will serve first. Final prep's just underway. A reminder of the match format, best of 5 games. You have to start fast here. It's first to 11 points. You must win it by 2. It's going to be fascinating to see how these early stages play out. Tata coin toss time then. A little bit of a delay here as the players just loosen up. Lots of respect between these two. And now it's time for the leaning racket reveal, where both players will take their weapons to the table. Warm-ups will get underway shortly. Both players no stranger to this environment. We saw Anton Sjöberg yesterday looked in stunning form, in particular in a match against Tom Jarvis. He was so sharp off the bounce, has so many weapons you feel that he could bring to this table, Gav.
And there's no doubt he'll be excited at the opportunity as well, knowing that Team China lost yesterday, knowing that he can help Team Sweden take that #1 spot. If you're going to play Wang Chuqin, now is the perfect time for Anton Sjöberg.
But you never, ever write this man off. The trajectory that he has been on following that shock defeat in Paris Olympics, he's come back roaring into the frame. World #1. What's it about his game, Gav, that puts him at the top of the mountain?
I mean, you said it already, Joe, but he's really shown his pedigree over the last kind of 12 to 18 months, coming back from what was a difficult time for him. But really, he's got it all. You know, there's so much variation in his game. One of the best serves in the world, sets himself up all the time. And I think for Anton Sjöberg, he has to avoid trying to trade blows with Wang Chuqin. There's nobody better than him in those open rallies, in those big, expansive points.
We take a look at the 28-year-old Swede, world ranking 33, but really feels like his pedigree is above that. He's got such power as well on that forehand in particular. What would you like to see if you're in Team Sweden's camp? First kind of phase of game 1 for Anton Sjöberg.
I think he's just got to come out really with some variation. You know, he's got to try to change his serve, his position on the table. He's got to be changing between long and short serve, fast and slow, trying to break the rhythm. We know how good Wang Chuqin is when he's feeling good, when he's running with confidence. So it's all about breaking down that momentum for Anton Sjöberg. Can he disrupt this Team China #1?
And we saw on screen briefly the equipment details, only the best here for the best in the world. Final preparations then underway. Great to see Christian Carlsen in the corner as well. Congratulations on a beautiful baby boy. Truls Moregard then. They've set him out in game number 3. He will actually play against Lianjin Kun. What's some of the thinking, do you think, behind that?
Look, there's a variation of things that it could be, Joe, but I believe Marcus Sjöberg, the coach, very experienced. He knows that if Team Sweden get one match over the line in this tie, that is likely to mean Sweden top the group and become #1 seed at this World Championships. So who do you put in? You put your best player in the position where he's going to play Team China #3. For me, that's good tactics.
I love it. Well, the talking stops. Coach Wang Hao in the corner, applauding like this crowd do as well. The players are ready. We're ready. Let's get this underway.
First game. China to serve. Love all. Love 1.
Sharp start from the Swede. Big forehand counter.
Bet. Love 1.
How does he get so much power on these forehands? We see it time and time again from the world #1. Is it a technical detail?
I think it's honestly, I'm not even sure how he does it, Joe. That's how good he is, but you can see how long that forehand stroke is over the table. Anton Sjöberg trying the short receive, and it's popping up just slightly over the net. But that dynamic of his stroke just allows him to come over the top of the ball.
Ooh. Early fault called. It was a fault, not a let. Anton thinks it's a let. We have TTR here.
The umpire saying behind the head.
We're going to see an early challenge. Drama already. Hidden is what I heard the challenge will be.
Hidden ball.
So we're going to have our TTR review now, where they'll do some video analysis. They're saying that Anton Sjöberg was hiding the ball with some part of his body. I believe it's his head, which we know is not allowed. The ball has to be visible, or a part of the ball visible at all times.
Yeah, so that's the key detail. If this ball disappears from our screen on this slow motion replay that we're about to see, the point will be awarded to Wang Chuqin.
Nothing like a bit of early drama, eh, Joe?
Sometimes in matches, you don't have a lot to talk about, Gav. Immediately, 4 points in. Big talking point here.
And I feel things like this also just change the mindset of one of the players. Something will change. Either Anton will get annoyed.
Okay, TTR's ready. We're going to have a look.
Well, well.
Challenge unsuccessful.
Wow.
Challenge unsuccessful.
What a call by the umpire.
Sjöberg has 1 challenge remaining.
Brilliant graphics that really show you, yeah, the ball trajectory coming down. You called it, Gav, right behind the head.
And that's X-ray vision from the umpire. You've got to hand it to him. Fantastic job. We mentioned it yesterday, but congratulations to them. Each and every one of them here at this championships. It's their big moment as well. They do a lot of training. They do a lot of traveling. So he'll be happy with that call, I'm sure.
Sjöberg, though, not letting it phase him, unleashing a backhand there.
Let's 2, 3.
And we are split at the first towel break every 6 points. 3-3. Always fascinating. Left-handed serve as well there. Watching that ball go behind the head to a certain degree in the world #1. Anton Sjöberg feels like he started sharp here, though.
Yeah, he's come out of the blocks well here. I think Wang Chuqin, maybe having had a match off yesterday, might take him slightly longer. I don't think it'll take him too long, but maybe a few extra points just to get some rhythm.
4-3.
It's a couple of times now that Anton's just almost overhit the ball. Is that a case of he's trying maybe a bit too much, or knows he has to put so much power on it?
I think that's often the case when you play a player that you feel is better than you, and obviously we're talking about the world #1 here, so you feel under pressure to do as much as you can at all times. Sometimes you feel like you have to do more, you have to do harder, faster all the time, when sometimes actually just taking a bit of pace off the ball is what you need.
Hear the applause from Team China's bench. A bit of soft touch play here from the world #1. Best seats in the house for the leaning oh boy there. Just catching the net as it came over.
Expert backhand flick from Wang Chuqin. This is what we see so much now in modern table tennis. Players coming over to the forehand side to receive with their backhand, and there's no one better than that man right there.
And it establishes a 2-point lead for the world #1. Schellberg, anything you can do, I can do as well.
You didn't say I can do better.
I know, I was very careful. You mentioned it, Schellberg currently ranked at 33. Do not be fooled. This is a man who is incredibly dangerous to the world #1.
6-8.
And this is the difference. Yes, you receive with that backhand flick, but if it's any way high enough, if it's that bit spinnier and high, Wang Chuqin is going to come in and kill.
That's a good response from Schellberg. Big forehand to bring it back to a 1-point ball game. Dmitry Ovtcharov, you can see in the background taking a look. German women, of course, on table 2 against Japan. And Anton Schellberg has brought this back. Was that a case of Wang Chuqin looking for that backhand attack again and didn't quite feel it was there?
Yeah, and I think Anton just decided there to serve with a little bit less spin on the ball, maybe without spin entirely. And that can be difficult for the best sometimes. They're so used to using spin for their backhand flick.
Just beautiful from the world #1. Found the corner of the table like a stamp on an envelope. And the fist pump from Team China's leader, the world #1. 2 points away here from securing the opening game. And he's animated, isn't he, Gav? We don't always see this from Wang Chuqin.
Yeah, he is one of the more animated players from Team China, but one thing's for sure, they're out to win today after what happened yesterday, and we do always see them get a little bit more ramped up at the World Team Championships or any World Championships.
It's 2 game points for Lionheart. And he takes it at the first.
11-8. Then for China.
World #1 earns game #1 here in what you feel is a must-win for Team China. Wang Chuqin stamping his authority in game 1.
这如果他打中你，因为不在这个车里啊，这转头里头要敢去动，要敢猜啊，不能一旦让这种去不敢动，不敢动，一旦一慢了以后，他全往前扑这个，一定要下去，下去完以后我再回过来。
Players back out on court for game 2. I was just taking a moment to take in the crowd, the noise. If you are anywhere near London this week, get yourself down to the OVO Arena, Wembley. It's a stunning stage. I was going to say, did the world number 1 just catch his hand on the table there? A backbreaker. Oh, he might have caught the thumb. He looks okay, though. Gavin, if you're in the Swedish corner, what does Anton Kjellberg need to change to try and secure game number 2, do you think?
I'm not sure there's a whole lot that he can change right now. He did very well in game 1. He was able to hold in there right to the end. A few more bullets like that would absolutely help. But for me, Anton also has to not be afraid to serve long sometimes. Exactly like Wang Chuqin tried. Sometimes you have to be willing to lose a point to get a bit of uncertainty in the rest of the receives from your opponent.
Expert insight. As always, as we saw a good rally opening up, and then Wang Chuqin just has this ability to hit a forehand with a bit more power. You hear the sound, it's different. Locked and loaded there, straight into the body. A rare service error from Kjellberg. Can't afford too many of those, you feel.
I like the idea, though, changing his position on the table where he's serving from, changing the angle.
He did it a lot yesterday against Team England. Nostradamus. Gavin Maguire called for the longer serve. And right on cue, Kjellberg thunders the serve right into the body of the world number 1.
We know that Wang Chuqin wants to step across onto the forehand side with his backhand, so it's extremely important to delay that movement by giving him that little bit of uncertainty that you might serve deep in his backhand.
Does Wang Chuqin have an advantage over the table in the short play? Because there's been a few times where he's won points like this.
I think it's how good he is at coming in with that forehand or backhand. It doesn't really matter if it's any bit higher than the net. He's so good there. So Anton is always taking that little bit of extra risk to keep it as low as possible, which we're seeing lead to a couple of errors.
Well, we are tied here. 4 points apiece. 2 Kjellberg serves to come. Team China rise to applaud their leader. And rightly so. He changes the... Oh, this might be an issue with the finger that we saw earlier on with the forehand. Wang Chuqin, a reminder, the first point of game 1, went for a big forehand and clipped the table. I wonder if he needs a plaster or...
A little bit of cold water on there just to make sure no swelling.
Looks like on the ring finger, right? This was it.
Hard to see on the replay, but you called it, Joe. He definitely, you can even see it there. Some discomfort.
Yeah, you can see him up.
10斤，10斤，10斤。你要没有你就找去。
So some signs of discomfort for Lionheart. But the match will continue here.
Okay.
And this packed house inside the OVO Arena, Wembley, rallying behind their man, behind Lionheart. It was a very similar serve again from Anton Schellberg, but Wang Chuqin showing no signs of fear, went for it with everything again. Three-point advantage here for Wang Chuqin. And they're both playing, Gav. It feels like with the end of this table, that bounce, the second bounce just coming so close. Look at this from Anton.
That's that half-long point that we often talk about. Just trying to get the second bounce right at the white line, enticing your opponent to try and take it on. And if it's close enough, they can only spin up slow, and you get the advantage.
6 of the last 8 for Lionheart.
4-8.
Not deterred by that minor injury. And he's smothering Schellberg at the moment.
He went for broke on that one, stepping around, full conviction. He left the rest of the table open, but too powerful.
That's 4-9.
Not a bad forehand flick from Schellberg, though. Forehand flick that we see less and less in today's world. Beautiful example of it there, though, from the Swede. He needs a few more if he's to drag this game back. Went for the chop block.
10-5.
Shakes his head because Wang Chuqin now has 5 game points. Done with an absolute missile of a forehand. World number 1 for a reason. Wang Chuqin is 2-0 up on Anton Schellberg.
That's the problem when you lose game 1 against a player of his caliber. He comes out even stronger in the second.
And as much as this is about the right here, right now, look at this footage, Gav. 1961 in Beijing, the first time Team China got their hands on the Swaveling Cup.
Rung Guotuan fails to clear the net. 20-18. Hoshino hits wild. Rung Guotuan wins the 3rd set. The Chinese team is the winner in the men's team event finals.
So cool to see these snapshots of history, isn't it?
And that was the first moment of a long, long coming history then of Team China dominating world table tennis for years to come.
We would have thought back then it would lead to just domination.
Bravo.
What a serve that was.
Just got Anton Schellberg right where he wants him now. He's just so uncertain about what's coming next.
But there is life in the Swede yet. The Carlsen stand up to applaud their man, and rightly so. It was a fast serve, though, that you asked for earlier in the game.
And just how good do you have to be to win a point against this level of Wang Chuqin? First game, he was maybe a little bit uncertain, unsure, but now he's in full flow.
When you play Lionheart, it's often about pick your poison. There's no easy way to win points. Do you have to go into the fire and try and trade with him? And not many can land any kind of damage on the world #1 when he's in this kind of form.
There's that big forehand over the table again. It's just so long and so good.
Time out.
And it's a timeout called by Anton Schellberg. A chance to go back to the team and just try and halt the momentum of the world #1 here.
Sen nu får en måste vara kvalitet nog då, annars bättre hålla raka vägen.
Just nu är det sjukt svårt i rallys. Gå tillbaka till och försöka låsa kanske, men så vidare. Jag tycker ändå spela på.
Man känner att kvaliteten nog varje slag, så känner att det är som upp till dig mycket hela tiden. Så om du missar får du göra det, men att du känner att det verkligen ger dig själv chansen.
Säkert.
The stars are out. Cao Tintong, formidable snooker player. More gold than Fort Knox, the first Asian and Chinese champion at last year's championships, and then multiple-time winner this year as well. Good friends with Wang Chuqin, and he's going to like what he's seeing from his man, Gav, because he is on fire at the moment.
Yeah, he's come at the right time. He mightn't have been so happy yesterday evening, Joe, but right now he's seeing exactly what he wants. His good friend Wang Chuqin blitzing his opponent at the moment.
Sports. 1-6.
Lionheart almost looking apologetic there.
Sweden. Hidden ball.
It's another hidden call.
Yep.
And we're going to have a challenge. So we'll go to TTR again.
Back to the bench here. Looks like he's after the plaster or the towel. Doesn't look too concerned. Hopefully nothing long-lasting. Doesn't seem to have deterred him from unleashing forehand after forehand, is it? A reminder, we are just awaiting a TTR review for a hidden serve call made by our umpire. He's already 1 for 1 as well. Can he maintain that 100% record?
He got the first spot on when nobody else in the arena saw it.
So everybody looks to the big screens. Such a show here in the OVO Arena. Titantrons everywhere you look. The team just getting the review ready. But at this point, Gav, does it feel like it might be a little too late for Anton Schellberg, even if this goes his way? 2-0 and 6-1 down, but the review's ready. Let's take a look.
That's tight.
Challenge
Not
successful.
hidden.
And Anton almost sarcastically applauds that one. Challenge successful for the Swede.
1-5.
They play right on the line of the rules, these players, trying to gain any possible advantage with their service. And we know the rule is that the ball just has to have a part of it visible at all times. And that one was right on the line.
1-6.
But Wang Chuqin is just on cruise control at this moment. The width he plays with is just staggering.
6-2.
The Uno reverse card pulled out by Anton Schellberg, though.
There's a bit of anger in that one, wasn't there?
Couple of flicks of the net, and it brings it within a 3-point ball game again in a must-win game for Schellberg. The sound of that. That shot from the world number one. Cracked through the back of the ball. Like Thor arriving in Wakanda with Stormbreaker, that one.
3-8.
And it's edging away from Anton Schellberg. What do you do here if you're Anton? Do you try and up the ante? Do you try and hit with a little more power?
I think you can see him now just taking more and more risk. To be honest, he's 2-0, 8-4 down. He's got to just fully commit and go for it. Hope that a few balls fly on and fly past Wang Chuqin.
But this man is in some kind of form here.
9-4.
He needed to come out here with a point to prove. And he is stamping his authority here at the OVO Arena. What a crazy shot from both. Wang Chuqin with the forehand shot block. Anton Schellberg not fazed by it at all, though.
I think at any other stage in the match we would have seen a big celebration there from Anton.
5-10.
But the world number one is 1 point away from earning the opener here. And a reminder up next, Lin Shidong versus Elias Ranafor. No. The ball almost went up to the ceiling here. Wang Chuqin forced backwards.
6.
Almost off the side of the court. Oh. But he's still got 4 more chances. And it's on his own serve, the world number one. And he gets it done.
6.
When Team China needed their leader most, Lionheart steps onto court and roars his way to a 3-0 victory over a very game opponent in Anton Schellberg. What impressed you most, Gav, about that from Wang Chuqin?
Well, Joe, I was always worried about who was going to be the first person to come out and play Wang Chuqin after Team China losing last night. And unfortunately, Anton Schellberg, the victim this time. He was in imperious form. Fantastic performance from Wang Chuqin to get Team China back on the board and build the confidence back up again as they go into the next phase of the World Championships.
It was important for him to right the wrongs of yesterday. Important for him to come out and lead the team. And he's done that. A reminder then of the summary. 33 points, total 1 to Anton's 19. Look at the serve percentage win from the world number one. Over 70%. When he's serving as well as that, Gav, there's there's not a lot you can really do, is there?
No, total domination, Wang Chuqin, I have to say.
And up next then, Lin Shidong, the former world #1, will step up against the 29-year-old Elias Ranafor, ranked at number 70. If he can get this done, somehow, you've got to feel like that's the biggest win of his career. And it's coming up next, Lin Shidong versus Elias Ranafor. Welcome back inside the OVO Arena. So a reminder, Wang Chuqin stepped up first and put
freak in that. It was bitty and gritty all the way through. So there we go then. It's going to lie on the shoulders of Wang Chuqin, the captain of the team, the core of the team, the world #1, who's up against Elias Ranafor. Not just any Elias Ranafor, a Ranafor who just beat Lin Shidong. That is next here on table #1. So stay with us here at the ITTF World Team Championships, coming to you live and direct from London. Here at the ITTF World Team Championships, coming to you live and direct from London. This centenary celebration marking a 100-year milestone for the International Table Tennis Federation, and it's the rivalry on the men's side of things that defines the modern era. China versus Sweden, that are clashing swords here on table #1. And wow, the Swedes are 2-1 up on the defending champions. Elias Ranafor has beaten Lin Shidong. Can he, Gavin, as we meet our umpires, defeat Wang Chuqin?
Well, he's already put up the career best performance. He's going to have to do it again if he wants to have a chance.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? The Tartar coin toss. Wang Chuqin wins it. Didn't quite hear what he said, but here we go with the leaning racket reveal. Lefty versus righty, both of them out-and-out attackers, but we saw some really beautiful variety from Ranafor against Shidong, didn't we, Gavin?
Yeah, he really was good with his serve. That was probably the biggest talking point of the whole matchup against Lin Shidong, was how he used that backhand serve and then alternated from time to time with the forehand pendulum. Great spin and speed, changing the position, and it was something that Lin Shidong struggled with. And I'm not sure this man will.
Well, let's see. Wang Chuqin, the world #1, the world champion in men's singles, the reigning World Cup champion as well. One step closer to becoming a Grand Slam champion. He, right now, needs to be on his A game. They don't want to make losing a habit. They were beaten by Korea yesterday. He didn't play, but they're bringing him out here for this match against Sweden.
Yeah, and who would have thought that they'd find themselves in a losing position again with Wang Chuqin in the team?
Yeah.
And this man, Elias Ranafor, he's already done his job in this tie, beating Lin Shidong. So if he's able to do one more, that is going to be the story of the week, Fraser.
You have to imagine it would be. We've seen some wonderful performances from some underdogs. Connor Green against Liang Jin-kun yesterday, I think, is certainly noteworthy. But if he manages to do that, You just wouldn't believe it, would you? It'd be so surreal. Best of 5 games as well actually does give the underdog a little bit more of a chance than what they would have in a best of 7. You can see there what they're playing on with and for. DHS table, T-bar floor, butterfly R40 plus ball. And the leaning racket cases which we saw after the Tartar coin toss. Whew. Man, it's just day number 2. Here in the OVO Arena. And already, drama on tap. Wang Chuqin, the world #1. Out of the barracks here, and he needs to come good against Ranfer. This is a must-win match for the defending champions.
Let love all. One love.
It's Ranfer who comes out firing.
He's all about that service placement and first ball, creates chances for himself, and he goes full-blooded on every attack that comes his way.
1-0.
Really aggressive player, but I've loved his strawberries, his service variety. Got to see quite a few backhand servers on this table so far. Oh my word, into the table.
I was just about to say it's not a match and not a player that we'll see too many long rallies, and then of course he produces one.
Yeah, you're right in what you say though. Really tough to be honest, come out of the serve receive alive against Wang Chuqin. He backs his serve, his game as being the very best in the world. He picked himself when he was asked to create his own Dream Pro. That particular department. Long backhand serve. What is the advantage of playing a backhand serve compared to, say, a forehand pendulum serve, Gav?
I think it varies really. Against the right-hander, normally you're trying to play more into that forehand court of the table. It's interesting that he's opting for it against Wang Chuqin, because not something we see serving directly into that backhand flick weapon that he has.
That's filthy from the Swede. And then he bounced twice, that brush up.
How difficult is this to do? Waiting until the last moment and just dribbling it over the net.
Whoa. That's the kind of shot that impresses the Chinese team more than a forehand counter. Ranfer showing no sign of imposter syndrome here, just dismissing that serve. Full throttle. The reason I asked you about the backhand serve, Gav, is because we saw Wang Chuqin at the World Cup playing Darko Jorgic, and he was 3-1, 9-6 down to the Slovenian as the last Chinese player standing there in the World Cup. So maybe Ranfer took a leaf out of that book. I mean, he's a backhand server anyway, but kind of makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, and we always talk about how good they are against conventional table tennis, the Chinese. So something a little bit different, something disrupting their rhythm is generally what's a point winner or a match winner against them.
And being different is what epitomizes the Swede, isn't it?
Yeah, and he just has to accept that he will make some mistakes like this, going for the strawberry receive with full conviction. Not possible to make them all, so you've got to be able to accept and allow for some that don't go your way.
Absolutely. 5-6 here, Ranfer again with the backhand. High trajectory spin. That is the particular shot that Wang Chuqin has been trying to work on. How to counter those slightly higher loops. Did he make the block on though? Could he that time, the world #1? untidy from Chu Chin.
Just doesn't take his foot off the gas for 1 second, Raniford, does he? You can see again, any tiny chance presents itself, he's on it.
He is. He's sniffing for any opportunity to attack. Ooh. Bit too rabid there. And that gifts the point to the favourite. The favourite against anybody right now. That was silky. Backhand flick, just skimming it. Oh!
And it's the length of that backhand flick and the stroke, it's so long. And when he connects with the ball, it's so difficult to know which direction he's going.
That was poetry in motion. Length for the strawberry. It was a good one, but Chu Chin, wise to it. We're going to see quite a few of these. Maybe even from Anders Lind. Denmark through to the main draw.
And that's good variation from Raniford. He had been getting success with the backhand serve, but not allowing Wong Chu Chin to build any sort of confidence or rhythm. Going back to his pendulum serve.
Pedal to the metal, toe to toe, and Chu Chin comes out on top there. Edge of your seat stuff here, 9-all. Even if Chu Chin wins this, Ranford could be man of the match. He's batting way above what we thought he would.
He went for broke on that one, Wong Chu Chin. Look how far around this backhand corner that he comes. Going for broke on that ball. If that comes back, he's in trouble. But such is the power. It rarely comes back.
All cards on the table. Game point. He saves it with the spinny one. And Wong Chu Chin was waiting for something that didn't really come to him. Second service error, and that one will hurt even more. You know it has to be perfect. And that can be the thing that makes you miss. He takes it. Of course he takes it. Wong Chu Chin wins 12-10 in the opening game.
You can't really expect after 2 service errors from Raniford to have any other opportunities against Wong Chu Chin. It's just 2 or even 1 too many. But such is the level of risk you have to play at against them to have any chance.
That's well said there, Gav. So, Chu Chin wins game 1.
Time.
But when he took on Salberg and had to have a little injury timeout, goodness me, the Chinese fans, the coaches, the High Council will have been worried.
Love all.
Sure, we know he glanced his finger on the table going for one of those half-long forehands over the table. And some signs that it's not fully in shape or at 100%.
Rubbing it a little bit after that game. I'd rather it happen now than later on in the event. To break the Swede.
And the danger is now for Elias that we've got a confident Wong Chu Chin at 1-0 up. Needs to find his way back in and quickly.
Oh, the lion roars. Oh, there he goes again with it. A breakdance move. He does it in singles and in doubles with Sun Ying Sha.
Lap 3.
Oh, that's a shame. That's a third service error now.
Time out.
Is it nerves? Is he just a little bit too excited? What is it?
I think it's just that he has to play with so much quality against Wong Chu Chin. We've seen a serious decline in the points won on serve for Ranafur now.
Nej, det finns mycket att jobba med det, exakt. Det är fortfarande inte gjort en enda kortretur på det. Jag tror inte det är så dumt att man går in på att dämpa det så säkert borta. Och han borde inte vara så heter det när han är på väg runt hela tiden. Liksom. Och sen några gånger skrev man ut får den också. Han inte så. För jag tror att om man litar på den, då tror jag att det här lite lösare sig mot Becka var rätt bra. Men det är ju bra man kan springa på, men om man är lite rädd för den ska han bli bra.
Han handlar inte på den låga. Loopa jävligt låga sådana.
Ja, exakt.
Det är lätt att loopa på den.
Nej. Får vi kontakt igen nu direkt då? Ja. Det är du.
Elias Ranfur is having a dream fixture here. So close, even after beating Lin Chidong, to just taking that first game against Chu Chin. But turn away and turn back, and Chu Chin 1 love up, 3 love up. Winning points on a canter.
3-1.
Trying to build a bit of a foundation in game number 2 here, the Swede. Oh, he spirals out of control. Top notch, the touch, the forehand. 2 in a row. Rare to see Wang Chu Chin play 2 backhands in a row. Normally he's looking to play a backhand, then transition, get that forehand in. There he didn't budge.
I think it's a little bit similar to that Lin Shidong tactic towards the end of the Ranafur match. It's holding the ball in the table as much as you can. You're going to put yourself as favourite for every rally against Ranafur the longer it goes on.
Yeah, that's a good shout. Start towards on table number 2, the German women taking on Japan. Japan 2-1 up. Yu Haramoto currently playing Sabina Winter. The 2 matches are finished. The Chinese women through with ease. Relentless here from Chu Chin. Not treating that push shot, that strawberry push with any kind of respect. Just going for it. That guarantees a cushion.
4-6.
Key roller.
There's no way to make that one come back. Elias Ranafor wouldn't mind a few more of them, I'm sure.
Been unlucky. A few service errors. Maybe he can set a personal best in this game.
He's raised his level after the timeout, come back out with a new sense of confidence. I think his team will have just calmed him down a little bit, told him to trust the process.
Net 5-6.
Has to remember who he's playing against as well. Can't get too down on yourself at any moment.
Pulled the handbrake, Wang Chuqin. It was a surprise factor serve. You won't see Chuqin play a push off a serve that's long unless he's kind of surprised. Two-point game. Barrowing stroke.
The speed over the table again, Wang Chuqin. Look how he races in to take this one on. I mean, that's only a couple of millimeters over the net. How does he even see it? Never mind execute.
And even after he's injured his hand, he's still going to go for it. That's what I'm most impressed about with it. So brave, so bold. Lionhearts. 2 away from taking a 2-love lead. Merciless. Ominous. Nobody home. 5 game points.
10-6.
Had a shot there.
Yeah, nice little change up there from Ranafor. Not going for broke this time, just soft, bit of feeling. Wang Chuqin was already expecting that big rocket. He had stepped back from the table.
That was nice there from Ranafor. Swiping across the ball.
Net 10-6.
You'd expect Chuqin to finish this now. And he does. Wide serve, tempted Ranafor into something audacious. And that is that. A reality check. Dished out by Wang Chuqin. China need this. They need this badly. Well, they could come 3rd or even 4th in this group.
Time.
Well, even Charles Morgard knows all about how difficult it is to beat Wang Chuqin. He's only beaten him once, Trolls, in over 10 times. Happened to be in the Olympics of all events.
Not a bad place for it to happen, is it?
Crazy. We saw turbulence for Chuqin.
Let lap off.
After that really difficult defeat, but he's back and playing his best TT now. And you've got to respect him for that. You have to.
Run it out. 1-3. Net 1-3.
It's looking almost inevitable now, guys. Hate to say it, you hate to write anybody off, but Tula 4-1 against this man. We'll bet on him.
Fraser, I just feel like the writing might be on the wall for Elias Ranafur. We're already starting to think about that deciding matchup that's coming up next, potentially.
Lin Shidong versus Anton Schalberg.
But Ranafur, he has nothing to be concerned with. He's done his job, as we said, in this fixture. What a performance.
Yeah, he'll never forget this day. A big call-up against the best team, and he's delivered. Just so happens that Wang Chuqin is in that kind of mood. This is the World Team Championships in London. China are the defending champions. They've never been under more pressure than this. He is looking to steer them into the right direction here in stage 1A.
1-7.
12 of the last 16 points for Wang Chuqin.
Let 1-7.
For me, the best part of Chuqin's game here has been the receive. This is a tricky serve. This is a similar serve that we saw from Darko Jorgic at the World Cup, but he's handled it beautifully, Chuqin.
8-2.
You don't think of Chuqin as a flair player as such, do you? But he's got hands. He's got feeling. You just see it in a slightly different way to that of the Europeans.
And he just looks unfazed. We're seeing that strawberry come with so much spin back. It's hard to tell on the screen just how much spin, but you see the conviction that Elias Ranafur is putting into the ball, and Wang Chuqin making it look so easy out here right now.
3-9.
Ranafur just left to feed on the scraps. It's been irresistible from Wang Chuqin. 7 match points to the Chinese. Oh, he goes for a strawberry of his own.
Little smile from Ranafur on that one.
Try to give him a taste of his own medicine, Chuqin. Go for a statement finish. Second time of asking, he does it. Nice embrace there. You've had a fantastic fixture, Elias Ranafur, but know your place. I'm the world #1, and you're not beating me, no sir.
Wang Chuqin did his job here. You can imagine the pressure that Team China were under after their loss yesterday. And you can imagine the pressure he was feeling as they were 2-1 down to Sweden here. But he stepped up to the plate. He showed why he's world #1 and just how good he is. Elias Ranafur not able to make a dream second career best win, but he's already got one in the bag, and it came in this tie here against Lin Shidong. We're now set up
for a decider. 2-2 between China and Sweden. Lin Shidong, who's never lost to Anton Scherber, but come close to doing so at the World Cup in Macau, are going to do battle, and that will decide who will win this match here on table number 1 between these two legendary men's teams. They're ready. We're waiting. We're about to get this one going here. And this will decide where China and Sweden will come in Group 1 here. Well, look what we have here. Day number 2 here in the